My dear students, today I have come with a new topic, that is clouds. What a cloud is? A cloud is a group of words which has a subject and a finite verb of its own. It is a part of a compound or a complex sentence. In other words, a group of words having a finite verb and a subject of its own being a part of a compound or a complex sentence is called a clause. You have to pay your attention to what I am speaking to you, what I am telling you. A group of words. A clause is a group of words. A phrase is a group of words. A sentence is a group of words. But there is difference between these three. A clause is a group of words which has a subject and a finite verb of its own, and it is a part of a complex or compound sentence. Whereas a phrase is a group of words which has a specific meaning of its own. And a sentence is a group of words that makes a complete sense. Now, how many kinds are there of clauses? Clauses के कितने kinds होते हैं? But before going to that, I want to make you understand what a compound sentence is and what a complex sentence is. There is difference between a compound and a complex sentence. A compound sentence is a sentence that is formed of two or more principal clauses, whereas a complex sentence is a sentence that is formed of one principal clause and one or more than one subordinate clauses. Now the kinds of clauses. There are three kinds of clauses. The first one is principal clause, then coordinate clause, then subordinate clause. Three kinds are there of clauses. Principal clause. What do you mean by a principal clause? Principal clause को independent clause भी कहते हैं. A principal clause is also called an independent clause, as it does not depend on any other clause or clauses for the completion of its meaning. It is independent. In a compound or complex sentence, the main clause that can be written without having any help from any other words or clauses in the sentence is called a principal clause. The clause that does not depend on any other clauses for the completion of its meaning is called a principal clause. And coordinate clause. There is a slight difference between a coordinate clause and a principal clause. In a compound sentence, when two principal clauses are joined by a coordinating conjunction, in that case, the principal clause that comes after the coordinating conjunction is called a coordinate clause. And subordinate clause. A subordinate clause is a clause that depends on the principal clause or any other clauses for the completion of its meaning. Now the question arises, how many clauses are there of subordinate clauses. But before starting the kinds of subordinate clauses, I would like to put up here an example of each of the clauses explained to you. Principal clause. In the sentence you see, I know what you write. In this sentence, I know is a principal clause. What you write, what is a subordinating conjunction. You write, what you write is a subordinate clause. And another example I would take to explain you, to make you understand coordinate clause. Ram came here to study, but his friend went out to play. This sentence is a compound sentence. In this sentence, there are two principal clauses. This sentence is formed of two principal clauses. The second part of the sentence that starts with a coordinating conjunction but is a coordinate clause. And the first part of the sentence, the first clause of the sentence is the principal clause. Both are the principal clauses. But since the second part of the sentence, the second principal clause, starts with a coordinating conjunction, therefore that clause is called, a coordinate clause. Now we have to come, to the kinds of subordinate clauses. There are three kinds of subordinate clauses: subordinating noun clause, subordinating adjective clause, and subordinating adverb clause. Noun clause, adjective clause, and adverb clause. Very simple it is to understand. What a noun clause is, I will make you understand. You will learn it very well without having any problem. What a noun clause is? A noun clause, the clause that acts as a noun in a sentence, is called a noun clause. Very simple. The clause that does the function of a noun in a sentence is called a noun clause. And then adjective clause, or it can also be called relative clause. There is no difference between adjective clause and relative clause. The only thing that you have to understand is, since most of the adjective clauses start with, relative pronouns, and therefore they are called relative clauses. Adverb clause, adjective clause. The clause that does the function of an adjective is called an adjective clause. And now, adverb clause. In the same way, you can define it. The clause that does the function of an adverb is called an adverb clause. But now I will put up here an example for each of the subordinating clauses. First, noun clause. I like what? I like what you do. I like what you do. In this sentence, I like is a principal clause. I like what? मैं चाहता हूं, पसंद करता हूं. What? I like what you do. So what you do, this clause is a noun clause because this clause can be replaced by a noun or a nominal. I like this mango. I like the house. The house can be replaced by what you do. The what you do is a clause because here in this clause you is the subject, do is a verb, finite one, and so thus it becomes a clause. And therefore this here in this sentence, the second part is the noun clause. And now adjective clause. The pen which is red is mine. Two clauses are there in this sentence. This is a complex sentence. In this sentence there are two clauses. The pen which is red is mine. The pen is mine. This is a principal clause. The pen is mine is a principal clause. Which is red? कौन सा कलर? The pen which is red, जो लाल है, that is mine. So which is red is an adjective clause. Here you have to notice that which is red, this clause starts with which, a relative pronoun. Which के बाद is का प्रयोग, इसलिए यह relative pronoun जो लाल है, which is red, and therefore this clause can be said relative clause, a relative clause. And so you have to keep such sentences, such clauses into your mind so that you can understand it. And I will give you so many questions based on clauses. Now, adverb clause. The clause that does the function of an adverb is called an adverb clause. अब adverb clause के कितने kinds? Adverb clause के 9-10 kinds हैं, सबको मैं समझाऊंगा. There are 10 kinds of adverb clauses. I will make you learn. And adjective clause के भी दो kinds, relative clause के दो kinds हैं, एक defining and दूसरा non-defining relative clauses. But all these things I will make you learn with examples in the second video. Okay? Dear students, in the next video, I will explain to you noun clause, adjective clause, and adverb clause, their kinds, with examples in detail. Till then, take care. Thank you very much.